Good morning, Miramar, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Tamara G. As always, you can find us on all of our social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar. And with me, we have someone who is going to be hanging out in our city on November 10th, because let me tell you, everybody's going to be at the Jamaican Jerk Fest. That's going to be at the Miramar Park Amphitheater, and it's going to be amazing. Shari Gherman, she is the president of the American Fine Wine Competition, and she has partnered once again with the Jamaican Jerk Festival. So welcome to the show, Shari.
Thank you, Tamara. I'm happy to be here. And
I'm
I'm happy
happy.
to cheers to all of you.
A girl after my own heart, let me tell you. So tell us a little bit about the American Fine Wine Competition.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. 18 years ago, I was working at a local publication, and it was a business publication that did events.
Okay.
And so I went to the publisher and said, let's do a wine event. And he thought, oh, that sounds like fun. Long story short, 18 years later, I'm still doing it, but now it's my business. I run three competitions: the Invitational, All Americas, and the Rosé competition. The big one is the Invitational, which I get about 600 wines to participate. Every wine has to be invited because we're looking for the best the United States has to offer, and we find them. And again, 18 years later, we work with about 150, 160 wineries, and we run events again that raise money for charity. They take place at FIU in North Miami, and we have a fun time. And we raise
Okay.
money, and we help promote family-run wineries.
I love that. And I want to talk to you about that, Sherry, because you said that it's from all over the United States. So give me some of the states and some of the wines that, come through the competition.
Well, heavily California, because that's where it all began. Well,
Mhm.
that's where it began, but it's where they make the best, honestly. But we also work with New York and Washington and Oregon and Ohio and Colorado and Virginia and North Carolina and New York. Did I say New York?
Yeah.
Um, and again, I have 32 judges that sit for 3 days, and those 32 judges and myself go out and taste wines throughout the year. Be it for a lot of my judges are sommeliers at restaurants or buyers or educators or writers, wine writers, and they taste these wines and they call me and they go, "This wine's awesome. It needs to be in the competition." And so we get, like I said, between 600 and 900 wines, and they're all amazing. And halfway through the competition, which is 3 days, in fact, on January 19th, we have an event called 1,000 Bottles, and we raise money for charity. We pour all the wines. We have a huge auction. We have trips to California, winery tasting tours, lots and lots of baskets. Because one of the things we do is we ask each of the wineries to send us one extra bottle signed by the winemaker, which we auction off. And it's
Oh,
fun.
it's a lot of fun, and it's on the campus of FIU, so that's even better.
Yes.
I'm always amazed that there could be a winery or some vineyards that are in Colorado or Texas or, just
Okay.
places that you wouldn't necessarily think about wine.
So just so you know, every single state in the country makes wine. They're not all good. Don't misunderstand. I don't invite a lot of them, but some of them are quite nice. Colorado, think about a cold climate. Riesling. They make beautiful Riesling in Colorado.
Wow. Okay,
Yes.
and so how did you guys, end up partnering once again with the Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival?
Okay, so that it's kind of a cool story. Karen Gray, do you know my friend Karen Gray?
I know Karen Gray very well.
Karen Gray was one of my hires. I was her boss about 20 years ago when I worked at New Times newspaper. And Karen
Wow.
was my hire. She and I have stayed close ever since. She got involved in the Jerk Festival. She called me and said, "You'll love it." And I'm like, "You're right, I will." And I've been involved since Karen asked.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. And so with that, there's going to be tastings out at the Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival. How is that going
Yes.
to work?
Well, we're going to be in the culinary tent. I'm working with one of the chefs. It's starting to rain on me.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Hopefully you can move in. Okay.
I'll see if I have to. So we got one of the chefs is creating this beautiful dish that's going to be available for the people who come into the culinary tent. and I'll be pairing wines to go with the dish. He's doing a meat dish, but it's got a spiciness to it and a sweetness to it. So I'm going to be pairing Zinfandel, which I think is one of the most versatile grapes. By the way, it's a red grape. I need to say that because some people think Zinfandel, they think pink. No, pink
It's red.
Zinfandel, which is white Zinfandel. White Zinfandel is a transition from soda to wine, but real Zinfandel like this
Is
is
red. Absolutely.
red.
And Shari, I think, it's going to be great that you're there and you're pairing with this chef because I'm sure you're going to give some education and let people know about the wines because I think that's always interesting where they're grown, how they're grown. Why does this one taste this good? And then you drink some wines and like you said, they're horrible.
Yeah, there are some. Yeah, I will talk about that. I don't know how many people I'm expecting. Probably about 50 to 60. I think that will be with me at the time, tasting. But we're going to be there from, I think we start at what, 1 o'clock, 1 to 10 p.m.
Yep, 1 to 10.
Um, and so I will bring, I'm going to bring multiple different kind of wines for people to have a good time with. I'll bring some sweet wines. I'll bring some rosé wines. I'll bring some other red wines. I like to share. That's what I do. And oh, also, just so you know, this is painful. Um, I lost my husband a year and a half ago to ALS. He
I'm
was
sorry.
a professor. Me too. He
Yeah.
was he was amazing. He was a professor at FIU. Um, a beloved professor. He taught hospitality. He had a PhD in it. And when he passed, the school announced that they were going to start my husband's name, the Joel Feigenheimer Endowment Fund. And so I'm on a mission to get that off the ground. So I'm going to be raffling off some beautiful baskets. I think we're doing a $10 donation,
Okay.
and we'll raffle it off by the end of the event. And people will go home with some, hundreds of dollars worth of wines
Wow.
to help
Okay.
cause.
To help the cause and to help, and I know it's probably all to help kids go to college, which,
Well,
I'm a sucker for that.
exactly. To go to hospitality school because that's our business, right? Even you're in the hospitality business.
Every day, all day. I tell people that, you meet people, you're nice to them, but it doesn't hurt you if you're already a kind and nice person. You just automatically happens. And I can see that in you too, Shari. So thank you so much for that. And yes, people can buy those raffle tickets. She'll be again at the culinary tent. There will be the tastings going on. So please stop by and see her. Again, she is the president of the American Fine Wine Competition. Shari Gherman. Gherman is her last name. And she'll be there on Sunday. Lots of folks are going to be at the Grace Jamaican Jerk Fest. It is always a
Under,
good time.
under, amazing.
Yeah, literally thousands of people. It is always a good time. Tickets are on sale. Go to jerkfestival.com and it's just 4 days away, as you can see from the countdown here. 4 days away, but I'm sure it is going to be an amazing time. And we look forward to seeing you there, Shari.
And I look forward to seeing you all there too.
And thank you for watching Good Morning Miramar. I'm your host, Tamara G. Until next time, see you.